What up, what up, what up? This is RJ Fantasy Football
What's
talking. We're
up?
back again. This is JJ. I'm Rodney. But we got a special. Well, I ain't gonna say special, but we got a brand new show for y'all. It's called the 40-second play clock. This is where we pick our week to week the teams that we're gonna say that's gonna win, and we're gonna pick the impact players. So I'm gonna let JJ start off with what he has, and then I'm gonna come right behind him.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get it started with my own favorite team, the Raiders, who are playing Carolina Panthers. Of course, I'm picking the Raiders to win. I'm gonna be a homer on this one, but they actually should be the better team. I actually saw they were practicing 3 hours early, so they could be ready for that time difference between playing in Oakland. But on this game, the only guys I'm really interested in is you already know Christian McCaffrey. If you drafted him, he was your first pick, most likely anyway. Start him. Start Josh Jacobs. I like DJ Moore, but I'm not really a big fan of any of the other wide receivers in this game. Darren Waller, of course, you're going to start if you have a missed your tight end. I'm not big on any other quarterbacks. If you want to start one, it would be Derek Carr, but I wouldn't do that this week either. Surprise pick, Hunter Renfro. I told you he's going to get 100 yards. Oh, well, that's 1,000 yards, actually. That's what I should have said. But probably 100 yards this game. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree the Raiders are going to win. I think you do start Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey. You do start Jacobs. Um, I think Ruggs is going to be a big factor in that game for y'all too. So that's somebody you can look out for.
Yeah.
No Tyrell Williams, so he should get a
Right.
bunch
He
of
should be.
receptions.
I'm just
So
scared of starting rookies, especially with that offense so far. But we'll see. He should be
okay,
interesting to watch over the year.
we'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll into mine. My matchup is the San Francisco 49ers, which is my favorite team, in the Arizona Cardinals. The key players out of this matchup are going to be, for me, is going to be Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittles, DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray and Kenyon Drake. I'm going to have, as far as a sleeper, somebody to look out for is Brandon Ayuk, being that Debo Sanders may still be injured. So he's somebody that could possibly step up and kind of take the role as the number one receiver. I'm going with the 49ers for the win. But I will be a little bit cautious as far as Kenyon Drake because the 49ers did end the season as a top 5 defense.
All right, you finished with time to spare. Not
Yeah.
bad, not bad. I love it all. The only guy that has me in question about that guy is how good Debo's going to be or how healthy he's going to be. But I like what you got there. So I'll take it to my next game. All right, my next matchup is going to be right here locally with the Ravens and the Browns. Of course, I live in Baltimore, so I'm picking the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a great game. He had 3 touchdowns both times they played last year. Ravens definitely going to get the win. I like Mark Andrews as well. I will go Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. It's going to be interesting just to see who gets the match. There's been so much debate about those two. I think you go with Nick Chubb for this first game. But start Kareem Hunt if you have them. Other than that, I'm not really too good on any of the wide receivers or the tight ends in this list other than Mark Andrews. You start OBJ because you probably drafted him too really high. And Jarvis Landry should have a good game. But I'm definitely picking the Ravens to blow them out.
So, so I think that's a good pick. I will roll with Baltimore too, just because the fact Lamar Jackson had a good game against them last year, and I just don't trust Baker Mayfield personally. Not in that matchup. I don't trust him.
Not in
Period.
that one.
That
Right.
matchup, especially because that Ravens defense is potent. So, like I
Yeah.
said, just from the last matchup, the Ravens finished top 2, top 3 defense last year. So I think that's a tough matchup for Baker Mayfield. So I agree with you on that.
All right.
And my second matchup for this week is the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. As far as the impact players that I got, I'm going to Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Rodgers. And from the Vikings, I'm going Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen. I'm picking the Vikings to win this game. I think if you go and you look back on the Green Bay defense last year, it was very suspect. So in the way the 49ers ran on them last year in the playoffs, Dalvin Cook should have a monster game this week. Devontae Adams is going to get his, obviously. So is Aaron Jones. But Aaron Rodgers, he could be a little bit shaky.
Yeah, and the Packers traditionally start slow, so yeah, I'm with you. I do have the Packers winning this one, though, in my picks, but we'll see how that goes. All right, my next game is going to be my father's team. I'm going to be talking about Philadelphia and Washington. Though I live near Washington, I'm not picking them. The Eagles are going to get this game good. The Washington football team has been a mess this whole offseason. I was no part of them. I want Carson Wentz to this one for a surprise. I'm going to actually say I like Deshaun Jackson. I'm not really a big fan. I think he's a bit over the hill, but this game, everybody's hurt, so he's going to do well. Miles Sanders, of course, is going to do well. Zach Ertz, though he's having some contract problems, he doesn't know how much he's getting the love out of Philly. I think he'll do well in this game. He and Dallas Goedert should have good games. If I'm picking anybody in the Washington team, there's only one guy. His name is Scary Terry. Maybe Steve Sims as well, but not really for me. Not picking Hoskins or Logan Thomas or whoever else they have on that team. That's it. Scary Terry.
Well, I think you're right. Philly's going to win the game. But I think one player that you forgot to name that could be a very, very good sleeper is Gibson. Gibson could actually come out and be a surprise play for people. I'm not saying
I was big on Gibson until they say he wasn't the starter. I was like, really? Okay. I picked Gibson up in a couple of leagues actually, but I'm scared of starting him I'm scared to start him this first week. Yeah.
I feel like I think that was just put it on paper, but I feel like at the end of the day, I think they're gonna surprise people and use him more than what they said they are. So I wouldn't start him right off, but I will say, just keep out.
Yeah, definitely could be a sleeper. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm gonna roll into my next game, which is a big game actually, is Seattle versus the Atlanta Falcons. And this one, I'm picking the Atlanta Falcons to win this one. And my fantasy studs will be Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson, and Tyler Lockett from Atlanta, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Todd Gurley. My biggest thing here is Todd Gurley has to stay healthy. If he returns to any type of form he was a couple years ago, Atlanta should be fine. And the reason I'm picking Atlanta is the fact that Seattle's linebacker core is completely trash, and their secondary is not even great like that either. So I think Julio is going to have a good game. So I will ride with Matt Ryan and Julio definitely. Todd Gurley also.
Yeah, no problem. That game, that's probably between that game and the one I'm about to say are my games of the week. But I like y'all. I like that. I picked Seattle to win that one. My next game is, I'm going to stay with my big one. I got Tampa Bay and the Saints. This is going to be the winner of that division coming out of here. I love almost everybody. Tom Brady and Drew Brees, of course, are going to be impact players. I don't know if I trust Leonard Fournette or Ronald Jones in this game. My guess is probably not, but you do start Alvin Kamara. Mike Evans, unfortunately, they say he might miss the game, so Chris Godwin's going to get some really big numbers there. Michael Thomas is always huge. You got to figure out maybe somebody's coming in, Scotty Miller, I don't know, to take up the slack for what Mike Evans might miss. Gronkowski, give him a roll. Jared Cook, I tried with them too, but neither one of them are my first choice for tight ends. Hopefully you have better options on your squad.
Well, I will say this. As far as Leonard Fournette, I think Fournette, it seemed like he would have to take that role this week from Ronald Jones for him to roll into the second week to actually be in the starter. Because I'm predicting he's going to take that job at least by week 3.
He's definitely going to take that job. I'm just scared of this. Is the thing about the first week. There's so many things you don't know. So many things, especially not having a preseason. That makes this particular week one a bit of a challenge. So I like Leonard Fournette long term. I'm kind of shying away from him this first week though. Yeah, I'm with you.
That makes sense.
Did you say who you had winning that game?
I actually have the I'm sorry. I have the Saints winning
Yeah,
that game.
yeah. I don't think
So
I
I have
said mine either. I also had the Saints.
yeah, I have the Saints winning that game because they're playing at home. So, and I think that defense is going to be. I think they're going to knock Brady around a little bit because no preseason in the offensive line is pretty much the same aside from like one offensive lineman. So I think at the end of the day, I think they're gonna get out the Brady a little bit. So
All right,
that's why I'm picking the Saints. So yeah, definitely.
all right.
So I'm going into my next matchup, and it's the Chargers versus the Bengals. I'm definitely going with the Chargers on this one. Um, and my impact player is going to be from the Chargers, Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen. And then the only one I got from the only one I got from the Bengals is Joe Mix and Tyler Boyd. I'm really not trusting AJ Green at the moment, and I don't know what you're getting from Joe Barrow. So right now, I expect Austin Eckler to have a big game, and I expect Keenan Allen to have a big game. That would imply that the Tyrod Taylor would at least throw the ball down the field. So that's what I'm going with.
All right. Nice job there. I think that was Cincinnati and the Joe Barrow Army calling you on your phone, trying to figure out why you're not picking him. All right.
Yeah.
Let me get to my next one. I'm going to the Bears and the Lions. I love Detroit in this one to win. I like Stafford. I love Galladay. I only got him in one league this year, which has me a little bit disappointed. They announced today that David Montgomery is healthy, so he'll play. I don't know what I want to start him. I was actually picking up Tariq Cohen in some leagues just as a safety play. I don't know how I feel about either one of them now. Wide receivers, of course, Allen Robinson for Chicago is going to be big. I don't think I'm starting any one of those tight ends for that, and I'm not really too keen on starting either one of those defenses for this game either. If I were going to pick between them, of course, I'm going to pick the Bears as my favorite defense, but I, again, want better options if you can find them somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Well, you notice I didn't say I'm starting Kerryon Johnson or DeAndre Swift or Adrian Peterson. I'm stay completely away from all of them.
I don't.
No.
It's such a mess.
It's a
man.
mess.
Like it's such
It's
a
mess.
Like it's terrible.
I don't
man.
want any of those running backs for my first week if I can help.
Like
right.
you don't want to touch any of those running backs.
No.
Those running backs, you got to wait for that to shake out.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I agree.
I mean, I'm saying about like week 3, week 4 to shake out.
Dang, that long. Okay.
I mean, because you got to think about it.
Yeah. I'm definitely not doing week 1, but yeah.
AP is getting paid $1 million plus incentive, so he's gonna try to make that money. Kerryon Johnson want to hold on to his job. Swift want to make a name for himself. It's like you, and then they got 2 other running backs that they got on the roster that it's just too much going on there.
It's a mess.
I mean, Matthew Stafford is probably the best thing going. Galladay is probably the best thing.
Our money.
Yeah,
Allen Robinson's always money. Other than that, everyone other than them gets iffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Miller might be an interesting play, but I don't think I'm doing it week 1.
No, me either. I'm gonna just roll into my next one. I'm gonna roll into my next game, and I got the Dolphins versus the Patriots. It's only 2 people in this game that I would actually play if I was anybody, and that's Devontae Parker and Cam Newton. My sleeper pick it's not even a sleeper, but it's more about somebody who could be productive is Julian Edelman. Everybody else, you stay away from. I mean, Preston Williams is another one that you probably could throw in there and actually get some work. But outside of those 4, I'm not touching them. Fitzpatrick, I'm not too keen on him too much. I mean, I'm predicting he loses his job at like week 4 anyway. So I'm picking the Patriots to win this game. I'm picking Cam to have a really monster game on this one too.
Yeah. So That's another game. There's so much to stay away from. I'm hoping Fitzmagic gets it going with Preston Williams because I picked him up in a bunch of leagues. But even coming off that ACL, I'm not really confident in that one either. So I'm with you. I guess I'll go with the game that I don't really want to do too much of next. And that one's going to be the Jets and the Bills. And that's because I don't like a single player on the Jets. I'm not playing Sam Darnold, Le'Veon Bell. I'm not putting in Crowder or Perriman. I'm not a believer in Chris Herndon. I just avoid the whole team. And we both feel the same thing about Josh Allen.
Yeah,
I guess you might play him if you have him. I didn't even try to draft him anywhere. The running back situation is awful between Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. I don't know who to trust. I trust nobody. In fact, Lamar Miller, I think just took. I didn't hear whether they signed him, but he went up to the visit. I'm just avoiding this entire situation. I guess Stephon Diggs is the closest thing to a start I see in this whole lineup. And quite frankly, I'm not trying to do that one either.
Now,
I will start the Bills defense though. There we go. That's something.
Definitely,
the Bills defense. That's it. And that's the only thing I could think of for that game.
I really think what's going to keep the Bills in the game is their running game and their defense. I just don't like Josh Allen. I mean, I think he was actually rated too high this year in fantasy among quarterbacks, and it's actually going to show. I mean, because this is the same guy who was dead last in accuracy, and he does not help Diggs. And I'm going to keep saying that till the roof fall off. Yeah. It's just not going to work. I just don't see it. I mean,
the problem Josh Allen has is throwing the long ball. That's where Stephon Diggs shines. So maybe by some miracle, Stephon Diggs makes him better at it. But I'm not trusting it week one. I'm not trusting it.
No, I doubt it.
So.
I doubt it. Okay. So I'm going to roll into my next game, and I got the Cowboys versus the Rams. I have the Cowboys winning this game. And this should be a pretty fun game, honestly. You got Prescott, you got Zeke Elliott, you got Amari Cooper, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Michael Gallup, you got Jared Goff, you got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. You can throw in the Cam Akers. You could throw in the Tyler Higbee. You have a lot of people that you possibly could play in this matchup. But the two people that I'm really, really, really going to play this week is Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and Goff actually had a great year last year. So, in the two receivers from the Rams. But I'm going with the Cowboys for the win, though.
It hurts my heart, but I have to pick the Cowboys to win this one, too. I like to hate them, but I think on paper, at least, they're too good to lose this game. So, definitely. I'm with you on that one. So, I go to my next game, and that's going to be the Titans at the Broncos. The thing I like most about this game is I get to see if Ryan Tannehill is going to still be that guy that we saw last year. I'm not a big believer, but I wouldn't count him out. I like Derrick Henry, and I like A.J. Brown in this game. Cortland Sutton, they say might not play. He's on the injury report, so we'll see how that goes. Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay I find very interesting. In the long run over the season, I think I like Phillip Lindsay to be the best running back in that situation, but I'll probably start Melvin Gordon this week. Then they have two tight ends that should be decent. I don't think either one is a really good starter place, so hopefully you have better options on your squad than to go with either one of those. So I picked Titans to win. Titans should win.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Titans on this one too. Yeah. But I do like Jared Jeudy. Coming out of Denver. I mean, if Cortland Sutton's not playing, Jared Jeudy is the next one in line. Yeah, and you cannot forget about Noah Fant, the tight end from Denver, who also could be productive too. I'm not saying the quarterback is the biggest question mark, but we have to see.
Yeah, we have to see what Drew Lock only played like 4 games last year, so that's why I'm not gonna recommend that starting off. But hey, we'll see. I'm interested to see how well he plays as well.
Yeah, I think, but I still think they lose the game.
Yeah,
I think Henry just gonna be. They're gonna get the ball to Henry. I mean, geez, 30 times.
You see what you saw last year. A lot of Derrick Henry.
I mean, you got A.J. Brown too. A.J. Brown is another dog out there. He's gonna be a monster. So he's definitely gonna get his. So I see Tennessee winning this thing. So I can agree with you. But I'm gonna roll it to mine. and my next game is Pittsburgh and the New York Giants. So we're going to see the return of Big Ben. Big Ben, James Conner, Juju, and from the Giants, Daniel Jones, Saquon, and probably Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram. But I think the biggest thing coming out of this game is the return of Big Ben and how does he make the rest of those players better? Because last year they weren't that great without Big Ben. So I'm saying if Big Ben is back to normal, throwing 5,000 yards, I think Juju and James Conner should have a great year. But this game, I'm going with the Steelers. I just don't think the Giants got enough, honestly.
I'm with you. I'm still curtain all the way in this one. So let's see what they do. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully Ben stays healthy this year because I had him last year and it did not go well for him or anyone on that team. So, all right, I guess I'll wrap things up. I'm going to talk about the last game. It's the Colts at the Jaguars. The Jaguars have been a complete mess. Once they let go of Leonard Fournette, I don't want any parts of that backfield. If you force me, I guess I'll start Chris Thompson. But I'll go DJ Chark, and I go with the rookie Laviska Shenault for the Jags. That's about it. I don't even want Minshew. For the Colts, I'm going Phillip Rivers. T.Y. Hilton should be nice. Sleeper pick will be Paris Campbell. There was a lot of excitement about Jonathan Taylor for a lot of people going in, but it looks like Marlon Mack might be your better start for your running backs for Indianapolis, but we'll see how that goes over time. But this week, Marlon Mack, and then we'll see what happens with Jonathan Taylor. So that's it for all the matchups.
I read some news today that they saying Marlon Mack was still the RB1.
Yeah,
they selected Jonathan Taylor just to be a breather.
Yeah,
which
that's what they're saying. Which
I know really don't do that for a second round running back. I'm just saying. I'm missing something.
I saw it. And I was like, okay, I know a lot of fantasy owners are not going to be happy because I heard people say Jonathan Taylor could be the overall number one running back this year because of the offensive line there. But it doesn't even look like he's going to have the carries to justify. Yeah. Well, we'll see. People say stuff before the season starts. We'll see what it actually ends up being. So
exactly. So, people, there you have it. The 40-second play clock. Brand new show. And I love it. I think it's great. It's just a shortened version of what we do during the week on Wednesdays. But definitely check us out. Look for it on Saturday. And it'll be there. Take all the information we got. And if you have any questions, you can definitely email us at or you can hit our Facebook, you can hit our Instagram, you can actually go on the actual page on YouTube and send your questions there. We'll answer there. And we have a website right up top at RJ Fantasy Football Talk. You can send questions there too. We'll definitely get back with you.
Yeah, we have that. We have our picks for all the individual games. If you want to see how well we do with our predictions and our picks, and let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. Let us know in the comment section. Looking forward to doing this again. First week of football.
Oh yeah, we back, baby. Let's go.
All right. Peace.
All right.